Welcome to this brand new series where we're going to be diving deep into Earth's oceans, documenting some of the rarest and most unique fish on our planet. Imagine with me for a moment that you receive an email from an organization called the Oceanic Research Institute. They offer you the opportunity to be a deep sea illustrator for their organization and plan to have you travel into the depths of the ocean to document rare and fascinating deep sea fish. This would be your experience. Your depth gauge reads 500 meters. The ocean around you is a deep, dark blue, and visibility is low, so you switch on your vessel's lights to illuminate the dim water. Your eye catches a quick flash of silver. You move closer to investigate. That's when you see your first target, a small school of Atlantic silver hatchetfish. At around 2.5 inches long, this fish is nearly full grown, and it's easy to see how this species earned the name hatchetfish. You also take special care to illustrate the fish's large, almost vertical mouth. It contains small but needle-sharp teeth, formidable weapons for anything unfortunate enough to be caught in its grasp. Your attention is drawn next to the fish's incredibly large, upturned eyes. These eyes are specially adapted to capture what little light remains at this depth, and to detect prey silhouetted against the faint glow above. As you observe the fish more closely, you notice a faint blue light emanating from its underside. Along the belly of the hatchetfish, small bioluminescent organs called photophores line its body. As you move beneath the fish to examine them, the hatchetfish almost seems to disappear against the dim blue light filtering down from the surface. This phenomenon is known as counter-illumination. By producing light that matches the faint glow from above, the fish effectively renders itself invisible to predators lurking below. You move closer once again to study the fish's facial structure. It appears almost as if broken shards of a mirror were stitched together to form its shape. The rest of the body follows a similar pattern. Tall, vertical segments locked tightly together to create a smooth, reflective surface. As you continue observing the school, you notice that most of the fish barely move at all. Aside from the constant flickering of their pectoral fins, they remain nearly motionless. Food is scarce in the deep sea, and these fish conserve energy by living slow, sluggish lives. But as night falls, the school suddenly seems to come alive. One by one, the hatchetfish begin a long, vertical climb towards the surface. They are taking part in what is known as the Deal Vertical Migration, the largest synchronized daily migration on Earth. Every night, these fish rise from the deep into shallower open waters to feed on small zooplankton and fish. As the school slips away into the darkness above, you finish documenting the species and scan your illustration to be sent back to ORI headquarters. While your work uploads, you continue your descent into the depths. Your depth gauge now reads 700 meters, and your vessel begins to slow once again. You sweep your beam through the darkness until it lands on a small fish, no longer than 6 inches, suspended motionless in the void. You have located your next subject, the barreleye fish. Its body is cylindrical and fairly featureless, tapering gradually from a large head toward the tail. The fish appears to have a very small and uniquely shaped mouth. You also take note of its oversized pectoral fins extending from the sides of its body. They almost resemble wings, gently suspending the fish within the water column. Then you notice something very unusual. Rather than sitting on the outside of the head like most fish, the barreleye's eyes are located inside its own skull, encased within a transparent gelatinous dome. Even more surprisingly, you observe that the eyes are not fixed in place. They can swivel and rotate, allowing the fish to shift its gaze. The barreleye's eyes are incredibly sensitive, capable of detecting light that most marine creatures could never perceive. You also note that the gelatinous dome covering the eyes likely serves another purpose. It protects them from the stinging tentacles of the many deep-sea jellies that make up this fish's diet. You return your attention to the rest of the body, observing large interlocking scales covering the fish from tail to head, stopping just before the transparent dome. Aside from the occasional flick of its fins, the fish remains almost perfectly still, its gaze fixed upward into the vast darkness above. After a few moments, the fish slowly begins to move, quietly slipping away into the black ocean. And with that, you begin your ascent back to the surface. Before leaving the depths, you scan and send your final illustration back to ORI headquarters for approval. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, turning on post notifications, and leaving a comment about something cool that you learned about these fish. Hope you all enjoyed it. See you in the next one.